Welcome back to the Mookie Chilson channel, and you are looking live at the Pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame. For today, what I'm calling a triple Lindy dive into the Hobie baseball card collecting pool. And we'll see what kind of splash this makes. Probably not much, but I have three things to get to. Number one, I have new pinhole cards for the Holy Grail Wall of Fame. Number two, I have a mail day extravaganza that I think you're going to be interested in. And number three, I have pickups from the Garfield, New Jersey baseball card show. Some fascinating autographs. In my estimation, I think you may agree. I hope you will. But let's start out with the pinhole cards. Starting with this. This is a 1966 Series 1 checklist card. And whoever owned this card was a fastidious box checker for all the different cards that they had, from Ted Abernathy all the way through Jim Piglaroni. This person was a collector, and I admire that. They needed the Willie Mays. I wish they had that. I'm sorry. They needed the Phil Negro. Some Hall of Famers are missing, but you can see lots of boxes are checked. And if you turn to the back, lots of boxes are checked on the back. But you'll also notice the gaping wounds in the back of this card. It looks like the door to Bonnie and Clyde's car after a shootout. I don't know if I've ever seen such quite a spread of pinholes in a card like this before. By the way, this person had Don Mossy and Carl Yastrzemski, just so everybody knows. But I love this card because, number one, it shows me that this person was extremely serious about collecting the set. They wanted to get the whole thing. And the reason I know that is because all these things are filled in, but because they had this displayed in a place where they could see it all the time. This was not tucked away in some shoebox. This was out in front so that whoever was collecting could say, all right, I got to get a J.C. Martin. I got to get a Braves rookies. I need to get Tony Perez. And I need Bob Bruce to help finish this set. And so I love this card. It is cardboard archaeology extraordinaire. And I couldn't be happier to send it to the Wall of Fame. I also got another Al Jackson pinhole card, which I love because I love Al Jackson from the New York Mets. You see he's got some hat damage there. That's where the pinhole was. This is a 1969 card with a 1964 picture. That is the patch that the Mets wore in their first year at Shea Stadium. So I know it's an old picture, but that's okay by me. Speaking of 1969, this is what I think is maybe the only card ever to display a nipple on a Topps baseball card. You can correct me if I'm wrong. That is Ken Boswell, Tommy Agee, Nolan Ryan, and Wayne Garrett, and Nolan Ryan's chest hair and his his nipple, I think. This is in the Mets clubhouse, the Miracle Mets. No one was picking them to win this World Series, but they did. It was a miracle, and God bless them, they won. And I'm thrilled to have this card, just like whoever owned it originally was thrilled and put that pinhole in it. Can you see it there? Right in the tippy top. So a great horizontal pinhole card. I don't have many of those. And speaking of chest hair, here is Harrison Ford, aka Han Solo, 1978 Topps sticker, number 29. So this is the original swashbuckling space pirate himself, Han Solo. The person who owned this did not want to use the sticking, was not an adhesive person. They were a pinhole person. And so can you see it there? There it is. So he'll go up in a little corner, I think, in the non-sports section next to Batman, probably. I also got a mail day pickup from Double D Vintage Baseball Cards. And I ordered some cards from him because he made the point that, well, I'll tell you why. But I got this sticker when I ordered these cards, and I got some extra goodies. But I just want to make the note about this sticker. This sticker is beautiful. It is 1975 Topps design, which is great, like the Robin Yount card. But it is so well centered. It's so well centered. So Mr. Centering himself did a great job on the centering, the design, the cutting, all of it on a great sticker. This was the card that Dylan was giving away if you ordered some cards from him. It is a Scott Reindeer Studios original art card, signed by Scott, numbered by Scott, and given to Dylan by Scott, because Dylan asked him for just something cool with Ted Williams. And boy, did he deliver. Look at that. Ted Williams with a baseball bat paddling his way to a Hawaiian beach. Just the coolest card. And I'm so thrilled that Dylan got these cards and decided to give them away to his subscribers, people who went and bought something from his from his eBay channel, eBay store, would get one of these cards. And the proceeds, Dylan was going to generously donate to charity, which I just love. It's just a freaking generous bonanza. And I'm so happy to participate. I'm so happy to get this card from Dylan by way of Scott, or from Scott by way of Dylan, one of those two. But I also got, here are the goodies. So I got a Dylan the Surfer autographed, super cool. I got a Turn Back the Clock autographed, super cool. And these are the cards I bought. I got a Gowdy Heads Up David Wright, which I had never seen before, so I was thrilled to see that, buy it. I got this Pedro card. I love Pedro and the pinstripes as a Met. I love this Pedro Gowdy. Of course, we have Say Hey Kid as a Met. Another Say Hey Kid as a Met. And Dylan gave me this. He threw this in. This is a 1968 Topps Gil Hodges. And if you watched this channel before, you've heard me gush about how Gil Hodges and Tom Seaver changed the New York Mets franchise forever together. The two of them helped power that miracle. The baseball card of Nolan Ryan's bare chest would not exist if not for Gil Hodges and Tom Seaver, I would posit. And so this is from Dylan's personal collection, a beautiful 1968 Topps Gil Hodges manager card, graded by Dylan, carefully graded, carefully labeled, and carefully curated, and then carefully selected to give to me. And boy, does it get any better than that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dylan. Your generosity is just incredible and so heartfelt and so appreciated. I cannot thank you enough. So I'm so thrilled to get that. And then there was the Garfield show today. I got this card at the Garfield show. This card was given to me by Gordy Bonker from Bonker's Baseball Cards. He had a table set up there. He is a fellow YouTuber who does things like vintage card breaks, and I'm going to check him out. But he was giving cards out. So I asked, I said, I'll take that Hobie Landreth. Why would I take a Hobie Landreth? 1961 Topps San Francisco Giants card? Because the New York Mets selected Hobie Landreth, this sort of journeyman catcher, as their #1 pick in the expansion draft in 1962. This is a guy who had kicked around on several different teams, but the Mets took him #1 in the expansion draft. And why did they take him #1? Because Casey Stengel said, if you don't have a catcher, the ball goes straight to the backstop. So you need a catcher. So that's to Hobie Landreth. I got this card today from Gordy. Thank you, Gordy. And I also got these awesome autographs. There is a autograph booth at Garfield every week that has binders and binders and binders of 8x10 autographs. And I look through them all the time. And I always say to myself, I'm just going to get some of these killer Mets autographs at some point. And today was the day. And this is the first one. This is a page from a 1974 Sports Illustrated magazine. It is Tom Seaver running in the outfield at Huggins Stengel Field. Hello, Hugo, signs of the pastime. It's just a cool photo. I had never seen this photo before. I saw this, and it's signed in ballpoint pen, probably in the era, by Tom Seaver. And I love it. It's great. It's him working out and really cool. So welcome home, Tom. Another nice 8x10, autograph I got. Al Jackson keeps coming up because I just love Al Jackson. I'm sorry. But here's Al Jackson, and this is the first game Al Jackson ever pitched for the Mets. This is at the Polo Grounds. It is April 14th, 1962. And the thing I love about this photo, in addition to Al Jackson's awesome form there from the bump, look at this row of people. Can you see that? Look at this guy's smile and his smile. And I don't know if that kid's smiling, but the stands are filled. These Mets were going to be terrible, but these fans were so thrilled to have National League Baseball back in New York, and they're hanging over the rails and super psyched to see Al Jackson pitch to the Pittsburgh Pirates, who went on to defeat the Mets at the Polo Grounds that day. But these fans didn't care. I think the Mets beat the Yankees in attendance that year, if I'm not mistaken, even though they lost 120 games. And Al Jackson was right there in the thick of it, and I love that beautiful autograph over this black and white photo. So super cool. This one, you know this guy. His name is Mookie Wilson. This, I think, is from Mookie's rookie year in 1981. He's kneeling in the grass at Shea Stadium. And I just love it. He just looks so dignified and ready to play. And he had no idea how bad they would be at the beginning, how good they would get in the end. And I love my man Mookie. He is just the eternal optimist and one of the great Mets in the history of the Mets, without whom the 86 World Series might not have happened or been as successful as it was. So super psyched to have that. Mookie, speaking of the 86 Mets, here is one member of the 1986 Mets on the right, Dwight Gooden, and one member of the 1963 Mets on the left. That is Duke Snider, Edwin Duke Snider. This is some kind of Old Timers Day event. This is the patches here are from 1986 because it was the 25th anniversary of the Mets. And I love this picture. Look at Duke. Duke is, again, this guy bled Dodger blue and then came to the Mets, and the Mets did the right thing and tried to keep him in their legacy because the fans loved their National League. They loved Duke. They loved Doc. And here they are together. So that's a pretty cool photo. And then finally, I said this was a triple Lindy dive into the pool, into the Hobie pool. And you can't do a triple Lindy dive without this guy, Rodney Dangerfield. And there's Keith Hernandez. So Rodney got no respect. Keith got lots of respect. And I know this is a 1987 picture because Keith has the C on his shirt there, and he was named the captain in 1987. But the Mets would do a thing called No Respect Day at Shea Stadium. And that was, I think, in 1985, 1986, and 1987. And they had No Respect Day was the second day of the season because they would sell tickets like crazy for opening day because, of course, everybody wants to go to opening day. But the Mets held this promotion second opening day, No Respect Day. And Rodney Dangerfield would throw out the first pitch. And I just think this is a crazy photo. In the awful, terrible basement wood paneling of the dugouts at Shea Stadium, there's Rodney and there's Keith, two icons right next to each other. So that's it. That's the end of it. I'm done. I'm going to end this video. Thank you for sticking with me. The triple Lindy is in the pool. Hopefully there was no splash, and hopefully you have a great day. Thank you.